Hello, everybody, and welcome. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to continue with this Nick Irving interview, the most spine-chilling war story of the Reaper Sniper. This whole interview was really good. I'm probably just going to do the whole thing after this. I like one of the comments said, I could probably listen to this all day. I really could. This kind of stuff is just so fascinating and interesting to me. Let's get into this.
Our platoon sergeant's like, we have a man down. Were we getting shot at? I'm like, no, it's a man down in the hole. And it's like, well, get him out. I'm like, roger that, but I need help. So he sent T over, and that's where I'm dekidding, and T stops me and drops the chem light down. Big time. I think that's really neat, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Circle of life shit.
It
right
really
there.
is. It really is. Yeah, definitely.
Did he have siblings too?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I believe his brother, but half brother if you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half. Yeah.
And that's another thing a lot of you guys do an amazing job of, like, connecting and taking care of the families
yeah.
that you never even knew.
Yeah.
In many cases, before, that type of stuff happens. That's cool. that
You would
did
hope.
that.
Yeah, definitely. A good guy. Good guy. Still is, yeah. Oh yeah.
But you guys had to go out that same night when
Yeah.
you found out?
When we found out, when we got back, we went out to someplace in Kandahar City. And it was I think it was one of those missions just to like get you back on your feet so it doesn't, you don't sit back in your room and you think about it all day. And then you're scared to do something. That's what I believe. Every time that we've had an encounter with like a close call or a loss or something, someone got shot, like we're going back out that night, just
to stay in the mix. Yeah.
to not get caught up in that emotion, I guess. Yeah.
And so this one,
Wow.
this is the one with the hole, right?
Shortly after that, where Pemberton fell down.
Yeah. What happened?
Ooh.
This story was nuts. I was
Yeah.
reading this, like, it sounded like out of a sick and sadistic movie. The fact
Right.
that something like this even existed. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't picture it because
The thumbnail said something about 40 feet into hell or something like that. So we'll see what this is.
I'm like, what is that? What even is that?
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I thought, or I still think. Still don't know what it was. It was we were doing a mission. We fast roped in because the terrain was too. It's not suitable for landing. Fast roped in, and we started this short little walk, like a few clicks
At night.
at night.
Do you have
to-
night vision on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going at night to capture some guy. Before we even make it to his compound where he stayed at, we're walking almost a single file line. It's the only way we could walk along this portion of terrain. And I saw a shadow. It looked like just a weird shadow. And we all walked past it, like all 30 of us. For some reason, I'm behind the entire formation. Pemberton's behind me, so he's like the last guy. We would fluctuate. As we're walking, I see a shadow, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to pass by it and just walk in the same footsteps as everybody else because landmines and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Made it past this weird-looking shadow, and then I heard like a weird, my voice, my name being called, like my first name. I'm like, what the heck was that? I take my
that'd be
earphones
nuts,
halfway
yeah.
hanging out anyways. I like to keep my hearing protection like halfway in, halfway out, sometimes not in at all, so I could hear better or the way I like to hear. And I heard my name being called, and I turn around, and Pemberton's not there. I'm like, where the heck did Pemberton go? Maybe he went to go pull security somewhere. So I stay back and I look some more. I'm like, no, this isn't right. Pemberton's gone. So I'm walking back to find where could I possibly have left this guy at? I just looked and he was there. Now he's not.
Leave him.
Yeah. And
Wandered
I'm
off.
walking back and my feet come within like a foot of that shadow that I saw. Was this damn near like 40-foot wide circle hole in the ground.
Oh, shit.
And it's just pitch black. So I stopped short of that. I'm like, what the heck is that? And I can hear Pemberton in it. And I'm like, dude, are you down there? And he's like, yeah.
Oh shit.
I need your help to come get me out. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I guess, you know.
Jeez.
I'm like, how far down are you? And he's like, I'm like 10 feet. And I'm like,
No, the fuck
oh,
you're
yeah.
not.
I didn't know it at the time. This other guy, an
How
assaulter,
far is he?
T, he comes over, and luckily, because I'm starting to de-kit, I'm like putting my weapon down. I'm like, dude, it's 10 feet. I'm gonna clear that jump. It's gonna suck, but I'll at least get down in there, and I'll help you get the ladder up. We can get out together.
Hmm.
I'm taking my stuff off.
That's good
and
of you.
The assaulter comes over, and he's like, wait. He takes a chem light and he throws it down there. And I watch the chem light tumble, and then disappears and go, I can't see it anymore. And he looks over at me, and we both have eyes as big as saucepans, like, dude. And I'm like, hey, are you sure you're 10 feet? Are you down in there? And he's like, yeah. We didn't learn till later, but he thought up was that way, like straight ahead.
Oh shit.
And when he finally caught wind and saw where we were, he's like, oh, never mind. I'm not 10 feet. You guys are like a pin of light. So I call up on the comms. I'm like, hey, we got a man down. No, I called that first before Ti came over. I'm like, we have a man down. And the PL is like, our platoon sergeant's like, we have a man down. Were we getting shot at? I'm like, no, it's a man down in the hole. And it's like, well, get him out. I'm like, roger that, but I need help. So he sent T over, and that's where I'm de-kitting, and T stops me and drops the chem light down. So he's like, well, we just fast roped in. I'm going to go grab one of these ropes and
Ooh.
bring it over here, and we're going to throw it down and X, Y, and get him out.
Good thing he threw that cam light down there. Holy shit, he would have busted a lot of shit trying to jump down there.
But it was just him, and these ropes are like over 100+ pounds. They're heavy.
Right, they're like battle ropes, or like ropes you would use for climbing. Like, so they're not like regular rappelling ropes or even dynamic ropes. So these are like the thick battle ropes.
Heavy ropes.
Yeah, they're
And
heavy.
he has to run over these weird irrigation ditches that were like 8 feet tall, and they go
Oh,
down 8
shit.
feet. And he's doing this, and he's
Jeez.
smoked by the time he makes it halfway.
It's a
And I'm
workout.
covering him with my rifle. I'm still talking to Pemberton. He's like, dude, I'm really cold down here. I mean, it's cold. And he's like, I don't know. I hear some stuff. And I'm like, dude, if I hear you scream or you start screaming, I was like, I'm going to dump my entire mag down there. He's like, no, I'm cool.
Ooh,
I said, I'm hoping
That's
I'm going
dark.
to just kill the bad guys if there's anyone down there with you. I was like, he can't see anything. So I'm just going to shoot down in there, man.
wow.
He's like, whatever, cool.
It's risky.
T comes back over. He's smoked. He's like, dude, I can't. He's like, we have to call for CSAR, Combat Search and Rescue, the PJs. They come in, took him a minute, but it was one of the weirdest things I've ever heard where a PJ goes down and he's like, they come back up without Pemberton. He's like, we need longer rope, more equipment to get him out. And he's like, dude, he's over 40 something feet. I'm like, how far down is he? And it was 75+ feet.
Oh,
Damn, that's a
shit.
nice knife.
75 feet?
Yes, I have one gator knife.
And
How
they
did he survive?
only
Yeah.
fractured his fibia, in his leg. That's the only thing that he hit. There was a wooden ladder down there, an old, like ancient wooden ladder, and he slapped it. His helmet was cracked or something. I know his Beretta, his pistol was bent. He lost his sniper rifle.
Wow.
And
He hit
his
that thing
pistol
hard.
was bent.
Jeez.
A pistol made of, metal, steel was bent, but just his fibia was fractured.
That's crazy. And it was water down there.
Yep. And they finally went down.
It's out of a Stephen King movie.
Yeah. They went down, they got him, and he looked like ass when he came up. But they got him. They were trying to recover his rifle. They dove an additional 40 feet and didn't reach
Couldn't
the
get it.
bottom. There was no bottom. It was just, I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm glad I did not jump down. I would have probably died.
Right.
Or landed on top of him and killed him. Or I would have just died from sheer panic because I don't do that stuff. No, I'm not built for that. I'm built for certain things. That's not one of them. But he was calm the entire time.
Ugh.
They got him out. We dropped some grenades down to try to collapse it in. That on itself to close the hole up, and the grenades were
Didn't
like
work.
blowing up 6 seconds, after you
Right.
throw it down, and it never touched the bottom.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm like, when I finally met up with him at the hospital, one of the PJs and the nurses were just confused. They're like, how did he survive that? What happened? He never touched the sides. But I asked him, like, dude, how long were you free falling for? So we printed up some Halo jump wings for him and took him to the hospital. And like, he was an official like Navy SEAL scuba skydiver. Gave it to him at the hospital.
Wasn't he like a Marine before?
He was a
this?
Navy before. Yeah, yeah. No idea how he survived it, but he said he never touched the sides, and he had enough time to transition from his rifle to his pistol, whip it out, because he thought he fell over into a courtyard, and he thought when he hit the ground, it was going to be people around, and he was going to have to engage. But
So I wonder how he bent the pistol if it was Drew. Maybe he just fell on the ground next to him or something like that.
he had enough time to get off his sniper rifle and go to his pistol, all while falling, and never had no comprehension of like how far and how long he was falling. But he fell for long enough to do that.
He had to be dragging against the side a little bit because there's no way you're going to survive a 75-foot fall without breaking more than just that. So I'm sure he was scraping along the side a little bit and stuff like that to slow down his descent.
It's insane.
And survived.
Survived, came back.
That would suck.
That next deployment, and like killed a bunch of guys too.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he went home from this one. So this was a few weeks before you guys were going to be done.
Yeah. About a few weeks to about a month or so. I remember just being sad. I was like, man, it's like losing your best friend, Then I had another replacement. Then he left after that. Then I was just by myself for a little bit, like for a couple of weeks, and
that
was just boring. Not boring. It was just by yourself, and you have no one to talk to or, shoot the shit with.
Do you have a thought yet? Because you had said earlier you didn't want to be in the Army forever or anything like that. But now that, you went through these insane different battles, obviously highlighted by the middle one, which lasted for 5 days. You've had all these kills. Your partner's had all these kills. Now your partner's back home recuperating. You end up being alone. Like, are you having the thought, like, I've done it, I've seen it, I've had enough of this shit?
100%. I was at that level. I was so done, man. I was like, yeah, you're right. Been there, done it, tasted it, I'm good. And I just know that after that last deployment, if I did it again, went back, I'm like, I don't think I would have made it. I honestly don't think I would have made it. And there was guys on that deployment, that next deployment, who didn't make it and just got like their entire life changed from being blown up and, just severely wounded. So I don't think I would have made it. I was tired of it. Like, you can only pull the ace out the deck so many times before you finally get the Joker,
Right.
And it just felt like Afghanistan was starting to get crazy.
Yep.
I was thinking about that the other day. It's just like after a certain amount of time, you're gonna run out of luck, man. You just really are. You're gonna be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and do what you got to do. But when you're done, you're done.
I was all the way checked out. Had no desire to do it again.
Yeah.
I was ready to be married now. I was married, but
Did your
now I have a
part.
chance to actually enjoy it, I guess.
Good for
that
you,
whole
man.
time we were married, the first 2 years, I was training and gone. I was home 2 weeks out of a total of 4 weeks out of the year. The
Wow.
other months were dedicated to deployment and training.
Good
You're only
woman.
allotted that amount, 2 weeks before deployment and 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only time you're allotted off.
You said you didn't tell your wife about any of the stuff
No.
that was happening, so she has no idea what you've been going through.
No, she had a phone call when Pemberton fell down the hole, and she thought that I died. She's like, well, if Pemberton got hurt, then where am I at? And they're like, no, he's fine. And that's like the most she had ever heard, that like, oh, something happened, but he just fell down a hole. That doesn't make any sense. What's going on? She didn't know I was like killing people until I got back, and people were helping me download my equipment, get my rifles and stuff together. And some guys and a new guy who was just coming into the sniper section was like, dude, I heard you killed XYZ number. And she looked over at me and was like, this weird look like, what are you talking about?
You didn't kill
Yeah,
everybody.
basically
That'd
that.
be
Yeah.
shocking, right?
That's exactly, yeah. And we were riding down this not famous, it goes into Ranger Battalion, 3rd Ranger Battalion at Fort Benning, Georgia. And my old team leader, he was a Mexican guy, one of the best team leaders I ever had. And he had this red pickup truck, and he rolls up beside me, and Jess is in the passenger seat. He rolls up in his pickup truck, and he's like, dude, Reaper, I heard you killed her. And
Oh, God.
Like, you got some motherfucking
Yeah.
explaining.
Oh, God.
that's where she
Second guy,
first
yeah.
got that idea of, yeah, okay, I've killed people.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here.
Okay, so that's a video. Please
Introducing the latest.
please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate your time. I'll probably watch the rest of this interview in its entirety. It's so good, and he's so interesting to listen to. So please let me know what you think, and have a good day.